Hi, everyone. Sorry, I think I'm a little late. Oh my gosh. Ugh. I can't believe what's going on. Hi, it's Marsha Grace, and it's time for New Day, New Word. It's Friday, and I am your modern meditation mentor. And my job is to encourage everyone to recognize you have a choice about how you live your life. You can live with stress or without. You can live it with a sense of purpose and peace, or you can kind of rush off and put out fires and stuff like that. So, and that's such an important thing to know. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying it because it's so empowering when you really get that. So, but I'm not here to talk about that stuff so much today, but more about our word for the day. Because here with New Day, New Word, what we do is we take a letter of the alphabet, and we're up to the letter N today. And I often ask someone that I've met to give me a word for our letter so that we can share the fun. And so that's what I did. I was talking to a lovely lady that I met online. Her name is Jody Agard, and she has a wonderful online business, and she's a coach as well. But she also does a podcast. I think she does a few different things to help mommies. And her site is a mommy boot camp. Wait a minute, let me see if I've got this right. A Mommy Reboot, sorry, amommyreboot.com. Okay, so check her out if you're a mommy and you're just really trying to juggle 12 balls in the air at the same time. She's a terrific resource for you. And the word she gave me, and I think this is such a fun word, the word is nudge. Nudge. Isn't that fun? I love that word. And interestingly, so many of our words in English come from the Latin, from French or Spanish or one of the Romance languages, which all come from Latin. And then we also have a spate of Greek, quite a bit actually, of words that originate from Greek. But this word doesn't come from either of those. This word, nudge, comes from, actually, according to what my huge old dictionary tells me, is from the Icelandic, from the Norwegian area up there, from the word nuga, and that means to push or rub. So, great, right? Isn't that great? So, what does nudge mean? Well, it's a very common word, and I'm sure we've all used it, and maybe not yesterday or today, or maybe we did, but it's a word that we use to talk about maybe, you nudge somebody, you want to tell somebody something kind of on the sly, so you give them a little poke with your elbow. I think that's the most common way we think of the word nudge, at least I do. And another one was to prod or urge into action. So you might not necessarily hit somebody with your elbow, but you might be urging them gently to get going, get this done. So that's a nudge, right? Another way is to assist in maneuvering, actually physically maneuvering something like the tugboats will nudge a big ship into their slip in the harbor. So physically, actually maneuvering something. And the last definition or use of the word is to get close to. So we may hear the newscaster say something like the deficit is nudging into $70 trillion or whatever. Okay, getting close to, right? In other words, getting really close to. So, okay, so cute word, right? It just is a very gentle, kind of has a little bit of humor to it, I think. And you know me, I like to take the word and bring it into a different, give it a different twist. So for me, if I do that, the word that I get with, or the idea that I get with, is the idea of nudging ourselves to pay attention to our thoughts, what's going on in my mind, to really become the observer of your thoughts. And that, there can be, sometimes we can find a little way to help nudge ourselves, when we find that we're thinking negative thoughts. Like Pavlov. We all know about Pavlov's, how he trained the dogs. He'd ring the bell. I mean, he did a lot of things, and then eventually he'd ring the bell, and the dog would start salivating because he knew food was coming. So that's one, when we think of nudging ourselves, we might want to come up with some way, or think of, when as soon as I have a negative thought, there's a little bell that's going to ring, ding, 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 and that will be your nudge that'll say, stop. You don't want that negative thought. That thought is not helpful. If it's an angry thought, if it's a scary thought, wait, maybe you're worried about something's going to happen, next week or next month or next year or whenever. Is that helpful? Does it help you to worry about stuff like that? So you might want to be able to nudge yourself just a little bit. Hi, William. Hi. And Livia, good to see you. I'm glad you're here. It's good to, to be able to nudge ourselves and say, stop. So what can we do? And you have to think about this for yourself. What you can do to give yourself that little nudge, to catch yourself when you're in the midst of having that totally useless thought. That thought that is not helping you. It's not getting you anywhere. In fact, it's probably holding you back, or causing you to do something you're going to regret later. So so you really want a little something that's going to offer you the opportunity to think again, to say, well, let's back up, let's take a second here, and maybe I don't want to continue along that pathway because that pathway is not taking me where I want to go. So we need a little nudge, a mental nudge. I think if we just have an affirmation in the morning, and I'm going to be silly, but I'm going to say, today I'm going to nudge myself every time I have a negative thought. Well, you might not say that, but you can just affirm that today I am going into my day with positive thoughts. I'm going to just enjoy myself and enjoy the people I'm with. And as a result, I am not going to allow negativity to take over. And if it does, I'm going to notice it and send it packing, right? So again, we all have to find the means and the method that work for us, for each of us. And each of us is unique in ourselves and what will work. So my way is not your way necessarily, but that is a suggestion. And affirmations do work for a lot of people. And if you come up with some other ideas, do you think that's a good idea? If you do, give me a yes or a like or something. And if you have your own suggestion, I'd love to hear it. And you can put that on my Facebook page. That would be great. And I would love to hear that. So I think that's all I have to say about nudge. But now I want to take a little commercial break and mention, which I rarely do, but it just so happens that for my friends in business on Long Island, I am doing this, I don't know, you may see it. It is on my website. It is not on my website. It's on my Facebook page, I hope. The technology sometimes leaves me a little perturbed, but... but I am working on getting it there and making sure it's there. And you can find it at Marcia Grace, that this little notice. And what it is a talk, and the title is 3 Ways Stress, this is probably backwards, right? 3 Ways Stress is costing you business and what to do about it. So that's going to be on Wednesday, April 10th. At Panera Bread in Port Jeff Station, right on 347, from 5 to 7, and we're going to have a little break and be, at some point where people can, get something to eat or drink or whatever, and kind of do a little networking, talking to each other, getting to meet and greet kind of thing. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to look at the reasons why we hold on to stress and how we can let them go, because life is so much more pleasant when we are able to release that stress and just see things as opportunities rather than problems, right? Sometimes in the wording is that helps us a lot too. So okay, and as you know, Calm, Creative, Joyful over there, my book, always available on Amazon. And any questions, any thoughts? Anything that you want to ask me, I'm always available. I didn't get a chance to put up my website, but it's MarciaGrace.com, MarciaGrace.com, and my Facebook page is at Marcia Grace, so you can find me there. And I hope that you are going to have a beautiful weekend. And until we meet again, bye-bye.